Hi friends, welcome to Love Good Lane. My name is Matthew. I'm glad you're here. Let's put on some makeup today. I think I'm going to use this one. This is something I got in an Ipsy bag a few months ago. This is by Ofra. It is the silicone primer. So we'll put some of this on. Okay, that feels pretty good. And I think today let's use some concealer as eye primer. And today I'm going to use, this is Milani Beauty Ultimate Performance Precision Concealer. Did some of that. And this is that brush that came with it from Milani, I think. Where did it go? This is strange. Where are you, brush? Oh, here it is. It was right in front of me. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work. Well, I guess we'll try it this way. Okay, I think that will be fine. Let's do brows next. And I think today I want to use my little pot of Milani Stay Put brow color. Looks like this. Do I have a shade? I do. It's 02 in Natural Taupe. But I have to get my little... Or maybe I don't. Do I know what happened to my... Oh. That would make sense if I look in the correct tray with my other brow products. It came with this little brush that has a spoolie on the other end. Okay, let's see what we can get going here. I think I'll go this way. That brow's pretty good. Let's do the other side. I'll go this way. The hardest part is always out here because I don't really have any hair, brow hair, or very many brow hairs left. So I'm just sort of trying to paint it on my skin. As we've said before, and as I've heard from several other people, I'm just going to comb through this a little bit. When it comes to two things, brows, and if you're using a lip liner, you got to take a minute to do it right. But almost everything else, just as Laura Geller says, just get it on. Just put it on. And it'll be fine. But if you kind of go too fast, don't really take a moment to think about what you're doing with your brows and your lip line, you can look a little crazy. And that's fine. If you like a crazy look, you do you, boo, right? Okay, let us set... I'm going to set those eyelids because, as we know, powder blends with powder. I plan to use powder shadow today. And so, since that concealer is creamy, I want to set that. And let's see what... I like to use this kind of funky shaped brush. This is by Kubai Kai. I know they're not in business anymore, but I liked their stuff and I like this brush. Okay, that should be fine. Oh, for powder I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me. I like this a lot. It's 130 Buff Beige. For a long time, I was kind of scared of powders, of using powders, because I thought that they would just make my skin look older and dry, or I don't know what. But it turns out I really like powder. If you use it the right way, in the right amount, it can really have a wonderful effect. Okay, what do we want to do now? I think... Do I want to use some of this? Maybe. I have a couple doodads I think I want to just take care of before I put on some foundation. This is Kosas concealer, and I can't read... Oh, 1.5C? I think that might be the shade. Not sure. Oh, is this one done? This one might be done. Oh, we can get a little bit out of it. I just have a little doodad there, and I think this one is ready to be done. It's pretty much empty. Got a little spot there, and a little spot there. I think that's good. And I've got my, as I've been using lately, my Peach Moji sponge from AOA Studios. Just gonna that looks pretty good. Okay, I think I'm gonna use if I can get it out. I think today I'm going to use my Laura Geller Double Take. This is a full coverage foundation. And it can be used dry or it can be used wet. I've actually never tried the wet version. I'm going to try the dry version. However, I saw someone online use this with a brush. Apply it with a brush. And I thought, you know, I've never tried that. I'm going to use this pretty Laura Geller brush. What is it? It is a full coverage foundation blending brush. So let's see if that works. So this is the Double Take in the shade Fair. Now, I kind of have to be careful-ish with this one. Because we'll be able to tell if I haven't done very good skin prep, because my skin will look rather dry. I'm kind of liking how this is going on so far. Maybe the brush is the ticket. I used the little sponge thing that came with it to apply it in the past. Got a little heavy there. I don't think I even have that one anymore. But I'm liking how this is going. And I know it seems light, but I think because I'm in my the bright light of the makeup mirror here, it's actually a good shade match for me. But because it is more full coverage, I'm going to need to really use some bronzer and some blush so that my face isn't too flat. Okay, all right. What do you think? Have you used this Double Take before? I also have it in the liquid, which I also really like a lot. There are just certain days where I'm in more of a full coverage mood. I don't want to just use something that's like a tinted moisturizer or something that's lighter. I don't want to. Okay. Well, let's see. I like how that's looking. This is just a fluffy Wet n Wild brush. Just gonna make sure that we're all blended. Oops. Or drop it. Oi, I'm making all kinds of noise. Okay, I'm gonna use some of my Vaseline. I'm going to dab a little bit under the eyes so we don't look dry down there. Sometimes I do this before I put on my concealer or foundation. Just kind of depends. Sometimes I do both. Let's put a little up here. Okay, let's do some contour. Oh, yeah, let's use this. This is AOA Studio Venetian Romance Creamy Bronzer. Comes in a pretty little pot. Venetian Romance Creamy Bronzer. This is the shade Venice. All right, we're just gonna... dab it on with the finger. Trust the process. I know it looks like a line. I'm going to blend it. Let's just get it on first. Put some here on the nose. I like to do some up here, but not too far down on the temple. Because as we get older, right there recedes. And I don't need to make it recede anymore with some bronzer, you know? Now, do I have a... I usually use that one for... We need something a little... Maybe we'll try this one. This is a... It's supposed to be a foundation stippling brush. This is a Mally brush, but maybe we can get it to work here. I actually don't care for this brush for foundation because I feel like it makes it kind of streaky. Like you can see the brush strokes, which I don't love. But it's working out pretty well for these purposes. I think that looks pretty good. Today, I think, let's set that cream bronzer with some powder bronzer. What is this? This is from Half Caked. It's Double Dipper bronzer in the shade Siesta Key. It looks like this. Has some rainbows on the back. I like it. I like it. I think today let's put on a little bit of highlighter before we do blush, because that's sometimes how I like to do it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like then it can kind of come through through the blush. I'm going to use some blush today too. Oh yeah, what do you think of my nails? It's sort of a peachy flesh tone color. I like it. It's from Orly, that brand. I don't know the name of the shade. I'd have to check on that. Okay, focus, Matthew. Highlighter. Let's try some of this. RMS Beauty. The Redimension Hydra Dew Luminizer in Prosecco Fizz. This is an unmarked, unnamed brush, shaped like that. That's what I'm going to use today, I think. It's kind of like on the upper apple of the cheek and up. That'll do. Okay, blush. Let's check out one of these. This is a Kubai Kai palette, and And I'm just showing you because I thought maybe you'd like to see. I know they're out of business, so you can't get these anymore, but this is the palette. Isn't that pretty? Let's see, which one should we do today? How about... let's try this. I don't think I've tried this one before. Down here, it's sort of a... well, yeah. Mauve-y, corally-ish. Something, something. These... oh, this palette is called the Rosy. The Rouge palette. But they're not named. The individual ones aren't named. We can make our own name. I have learned that I need to be careful with these blushes because they're very pigmented. A little on the bridge of the nose, maybe a tad up here. And let's blend. What do we think? I like it. So far, so good. Oh, we can put that one back. Let's do some... do I want... I don't know. I don't think I want it that dark on the bottom. I'm going to use some of this Laura Geller. This came in the Cancer Schmancer kit this year. It's the Kajal Longwear Eyeliner in the shade Dark Brown Coal. We're going to do a little... oh, let me get this brush out. It's a stubby little smudge brush. Let me put this on, and then we're going to... I don't think I can use that one for this, because I gotta pull my eyelid. I know they say not to do that, but I kind of have to, because otherwise, like, my eyelid skin is loose. So I didn't go all the way. I just went like part way on the upper lid, and then I just used this smudge brush to smudge it out. I like that. Okay, let's try to do the other side in the same manner. We do have to work quickly-ish with these because they'll dry and then they're not budging anywhere. Okay, I'm happy with that, but I want something lighter on the bottom. I don't like to do bottom mascara, so we're going to use, it's the same brand, same pencil. This one is in Rose rose gold kohl. I'm just using my finger to blend that out a little bit. That looks nice. I'm happy with that. Let's put this one back. Do we wanna? Maybe we do. I know it looks wingish, but by the time I smudge it and add some other shadow, it's just going to add a little bit of lift. Oh, I have to put it on first. This side's a little harder because it's a little bit more droopy-doo. Well, close enough. We're gonna fill it in with some shadow. This is the RSVP palette. Uh-oh, if I can get it open, there's a little... There's a little tab, a film to protect it, if you will. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go in with... I'll use that one in a minute. I think all over the lid, I'm going to use some of this beigeish, creamish color. Just cleaning off my brush with my little color switch thing. Let's try now sort of this like taupey. I know. It looks a little strong, but we're gonna blend. What's this? Now I need a smaller brush. How about some of this? It's like brownish, plumish right here in the middle. That's pretty. Well, it's not necessarily the look that I had planned, but I'm liking it. What do you think? I think I'm gonna use some shimmer. We've got a couple of shimmers in this palette. I think I'm gonna use this one here, sort of a champagne deal. Pretty. Now that makes me think. I like that. I like how that looks. There is a... So that's good for in the corner. But there's a darker sort of shimmer that seems to go with this shade that I put in the outer corner. Let's see what that's going to be like. Out here. Okay, I like it. Nice. Okay. Well, I guess we didn't use much of the RSVP palette, but we used the eyeshadows, and I really liked them. Very nice. Pretty look. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right. Let's do... I feel like we lost... We lost some of the under. So I'm just very lightly dabbing in some of the, it's still the Kajal eyeliner. This one is Soft Slate Kohl. I like how this is turning out, even though I forgot what I was doing or what products I was using partway through. Okay. I'm just dabbing a touch more Vaseline. You know, I hate looking dry. I don't mind the wrinkles necessarily, but I don't want to look dry and crepey. There. All right, let's do some lashes, and I think we'll be pretty good to go. I guess I could use some of those lip creams if I want. We'll see what happens when we get there. Let's do this first. I don't know that I've talked about this much lately. This is a Refer eyelash curler. I like it a lot. Good, and what do we want to use today? Oops, that fell into there. Let's use this guy. The Benefit, they're real. I got this in the Ipsy bag this month. I used it in the last video. Let's give it another whirl. What do you say? I like it. This eye wants to tear up on me. Okay. All right. Ooh, I like it. And this is black mascara. Does it have a shade? Maybe. Oh dear. There's no way. It's black print on dark gray, so I can't read it, but I do have a little, there. I had a little globule. Let's use a little. I'm going to use some Laura Geller French Vanilla. A little bit. This is not the brush I would normally use for that, but I think it'll work. Just a little bit. To blend in there. I like this look. I don't know if you can tell. I can see in the mirror. I don't know if you can see on camera. There's like kind of a plumish vibe to how those shadows mix together, and I like it. Okay. I think that I do want to put on some lips. Maybe that one is... But you know what? I don't have my... I need... Well, before we do anything, how about I... This is my generic no-name lipstick. No. Chapstick lip balm that I really like. Let me be right back, because I need to get a... I want to get a lip liner. Hold that thought. Okay, we're back. I think, as I look back a little bit, we need a little bit more on that side. There. Of the Kajal liner. And then I grabbed this one. I keep my lip liners in my purse, which I didn't have in here. This is V Cosmetik, this dual-ended brush. What am I saying? Dual-ended lip liner. One end is called Night Love. It's sort of a rosy pink. And then the other end is V-Twirl, and it's sort of a milk chocolate color, which I think is what we're going to use. However, it needs to be sharpened. Get out my Jones Road sharpener. There. Okay. And then I'm going to use Laura Geller. This is the Jelly Balm. Oh dear. Can I see a shade? Maybe. It's so tiny. I don't know. It's sort of a black cherry. The texture is so silky smooth. Feels good on the lips. What do we think? Normally I don't do a darker eye with a darker lip, but I'm not mad at it. All right. Well, what do you think, my friends? I'm pretty pleased with the way this turned out. Let me know what you think. If you have anything you want to share in the comments below or have any questions, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked chatting and getting some makeup on today, subscribe if you haven't already. It's free and it does help out my channel. And then you'll know every time I upload a video. So yeah, have a great day. I appreciate you being here. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.